right, call all Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakdash, the honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone of Ruel. I am not a member, however, I've entered into their labors, peace, mercy, and blessings to the sincere brothers and sisters to this wherever you are, whatever your lot may be. We are back again with the essay from Matthew Lau, finally. And I found the video as well. And I'm just going to hit one page. We read the abstract and then the top of page 3. And we're going to start here. And it'll be another quick one, if the spirit allows. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so, before that, this is already on YouTube, right? This was 10 months ago. Hopefully it goes up, but you see, actually, I'll just link. Let's get it. Let's see. Let's just play. Whatever.
So I'll give 2 examples. So one is that people eat too much meat, right? And if they were to cut down on their consumption on meat, then they would it would actually really help the planet. But people are not willing to give up meat. Yeah, some people will be willing to, but other people, they may be willing to, but they have a weakness of will. They say, wow, this steak is just too juicy. I can't do it. I'm one of those, by the way. So, but so here's the thought, right? So it turns out that we know a lot about, we have these intolerance to, for example, I have milk intolerance. And some people are intolerant to crayfish. So possibly we can use human engineering to make it the case that we're intolerant to certain kinds of meat, to certain kinds of bovine proteins. And there's actually analogs of this in life. There's this thing called the Lone Star tick, where if it bites you, you'll become allergic to meat. I can sort of describe the mechanism. So that's something that we can do through human engineering. We can.
All right, that's enough. So, and it's a very rare thing, this Lone Star tick. Well, for now, we'll see how rare it stays. We'll see how rare this stays. But this begs the scripture. Or is it 10? Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. And that's not only going into legislation, that is this as well, because these are things that they are trying to do. If you think they are already working an angle for it, you are sadly mistaken. All right, so the risk of the worst impacts of CC can be lowered, right? Greenhouse gas levels in the atmosphere can be reduced. So those are things that are produced usually by humans, so carbon dioxide, which is needed in the cycle of life because trees help you breathe and trees take in that carbon dioxide, but they're cutting down the trees, they're killing the trees. And they get rid of any type of tree that produces fruit. That way you have to go to them. To cut, we read that actually, ranging from low-tech, ordinary behavioral solutions, drive less, recycle more, market solutions such as carbon taxation. And now, this came out damn near 12 years ago, and that is a buzzword from Billiam Gates of Hell. Because I believe that they proposed, Joe Byron. If you seen that TikTok, Joe Byron brought something out. I believe I heard something about a carbon taxation, okay, emissions trading, and other ways of incentivizing industries to adopt cleaner power, heat, transport technologies, which is it's actually pretty funny. Is it Helix Engine? I think that's what they called it. No. But interesting more than less. So I can't remember. There was an engine that no, it's not yours. It is helical engine, not
Friends would walk up to
not
me and just be
damn it.
like, "What the f is in your mug?" And I would just tell them, "It's
Is it possible that Elon Musk and NASA have finally defied the laws of physics with their latest development? Perhaps they have because NASA is on the verge of creating a near light speed engine that defies physics laws, a concept for an engine that can accelerate to 99% the speed of light without using any fuel.
Without using any fuel. I'll do my best to link this. I need to remember to put this. You can watch this little short 10-minute thing. I haven't watched it, but I was hoping that it would reveal the pretty much the summary in the beginning. So without the use of fuel. So they are capable of these things. They are capable of cleaning up the earth even if they wanted to. I mean, even what am I saying? Damn it. They are capable of cleaning up the earth. They just don't want to. It is not profitable. It is better to turn us, the peasants, the peons, into bug eating dead slaves that can be tracked everywhere you go. Um, because that's good for business. And that is his blessing. That is him trying to perfect his blessing on the left hand side. Um, damn. And again, I'll reread this. I need to reread this because if he's allowed to continue, right, Matthew 24 and 22, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, right? And then I wonder why they trying to build. I wonder why they try to build these engines that go 99% the speed of light. Let's see, where am I at? Huh? Are we here? Another angel came out of the altar, sickle seeing thrust that sharp sickle. Yep. Okay, so yeah, right here. So Revelation 14:15. So really read 14 and 14 through 20, and I'm gonna read just the end of it. Actually, hold on. Let's see. There's a little more I want to glean out of this, and I'm kind of pressed for time. But there's something else. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read Doom for worshipers. It ain't really got. Actually, yes, it does have to do with it because some folks are gonna be down with this. Some folks are going to be on board with their own oppression. They're going to trust in this, and we'll get that woe unto those who trust in oppression, woe unto those who run to Egypt for help, because this is the kind of help they're going to give your ass. So doom for the worshippers of the beast. Who is the beast? That is the NATO and the EU. The face of it would be America, who is also the whore that rides on the back of the beast. But this is their system. This is their left-handed pseudoscience immortality seeking blessing. This is their thing on the left hand side. And what they want to do is take everything from you that is a resemblance of excuse me, resemblance of freedom or anything that has to do with righteousness and leave you in despair so that way you only look to him. But Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai has other plans and he's only gonna let this low life piece of dog this this person go so far. And the third angel followed them, this is 14 and 9, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, what is that? I think I've looked that up before, but I'm going to go again because I don't think I've actually done it on on a recording. Go to that word worship. Worship. Kiss the hand towards one in token of reverence. To fall upon the knees, touching the ground, forehead, expression of profound reverence. And you spiritually prostrate yourself by saying, yes, give me whatever it is you have. I know that or they create the problem, the people who provide a reaction, and they have the solution, and you say, yes, please, Master, give me your solution. By kneeling or prostrating, do homage to one, or make obeisance, whether in order to express respect or supplication. And we're going to get to a point where you can no longer, how do I put, we're coming to a point in the near future where if you don't prostrate yourself or make obeisance, then you will not be a functioning member in their technocratical society. I'll leave it at that. We'll leave it. That's a good way to put it, because you can kind of swing your way around some things so far, but at some point, it's going to cause you to completely rebel against Yahweh Bashim Shai if you want to go any further. And those of us of the hopeful elect, we just cannot do that. And I pray Yahweh Bashim Shai keeps that spirit on me to not do it. And ain't nothing. My dog comes in here and snores every time I do a video. I'm about to get kicked out. But anyway, oh wait, I didn't even finish it. Did I? Okay, if any man worships the beast in his image, receives his Moesha in his forehead, in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So one, that is also why it says, destroy. I bet it ain't gonna come up. I knew it. I ain't worried about it. Okay. I need that link, so we're gonna leave that up. Matthew 10:28. Boom. And that is a precept to what we just read. So that is why it tells you, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. So in some sort of torment, right? Some sort of lowest state, but go back. When we talk about hell, this is a hellish condition right here. 14 and 10, what we just read, right? Shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels. And that is not underground burning in hell, okay? Hell is not a place, a physical place. And you can just type in GMS hell doctrine and you can find that for yourself. You better do it now while you still can. All right, where are we at? All right, heat and transport technologies, geoengineering, i.e. large-scale manipulations of the environment, including reforestation using space-based mirrors to alter planetary albedo, and fertilizing the ocean with iron to enhance carbon sinks. The thing is, if you just leave shit alone, what is albedo? Hold on, let's see. Where would I find that at? Alter planetary albedo. Is the measure of the diffuse reflection of solar radiation um, out of the total solar radiation and measured on a scale from 0. Or whiteness is defined as the proportion of light reflected from a surface. So, okay, all right. These are very extreme things that are not necessary. The problem is Esau, Edom, and those who subscribe to him, his philosophy, his way of living, who's drink of his wine, who's accepted his propaganda and go and regurgitate it to others and pollute the minds of others. You're the problem. You make up everything. You make up everything that is an issue, including nature, which everything was just fine until Job 9 and 24 when the earth was given into your hands. And now we have all of these existential crises that you have a solution for, and all of these are unbelievably absurd. There is lively debate and relevant literature about these different kinds of solutions. Each kind has its merits and demerits. Yeah, exactly. For example, the advantage of behavioral solution is that they are ones that most of us could easily physically perform. Their disadvantages include the fact that many people lack the motivation to alter their behavior in required ways, and the fact that even if widely adopted behavioral changes alone may not be enough to reduce. So the thing, as I said before, hold on. Hey, hey, out. Get out. So as the thing I said before, what they do is take the problems that are caused by these big corporations and these giant industries, big tech, big pharma, big whatever, big everything, what you want to call it, and they blame it on the people. And then saying, you need to change. Your behaviorals need to change. And now you have an element of control because people aren't motivated to change. So we need to find a way to subtly nudge them in the right direction. But we know that this devil works on gradualism, so it is a way of propagandizing something and making it look cool and parading these celebrities out in front of you, and then you will be forced. And that is how it will go, especially for this. Right? We're here. Look at your screen. If you're not looking at it, we're here. That is especially how it will go for this right here. First, it will be marketed. Uh, Loads and loads, millions and billions of dollars will be sunk into this propaganda campaign to make it cool. And then, they'll parade these people out in front of you and your church pastors because, Christianity is just a piece of the puzzle for them. And although they are done with it, you still need to sow the baby boomers and the civil rights era folks who are just completely brain dead. Um, and then they'll attack the children, putting it in the schools, and the same thing that they do over and over. Nothing changes with this devil. He uses the same tactics, and then it'll be forced. Then it'll be mandatory. Okay, and all of this is to reduce things that have been going on, you know, since the Lord created the earth. just through the blueprint of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, and Elohim, those first fruits. All of this has been going on, and everything was just fine. People can eat meat. It was the fact that they tried to mass produce and pump these animals full of hormones is where we went wrong, or where they went wrong. But the earth was in perfect harmony until you showed up, and I cannot drive that point home enough. The many cycles of the earth were fine. Carbon was not an issue. Eating meat was not an issue. All of these things were not an issue until you came. You are the virus. You are the problem. Let's see. I'm gonna save this for it. So we moved. We got through page 3. What are we on? Page 4. Okay. So we'll continue on later. I'm already at 20 minutes and I have to roll. So I pray again that you were edified. This is just another quick one. We're hitting the page by page, little by little. But with that being said, keep praying fast if you can. Pray that Yahweh Shemini Shai quickly delivers us, and through the times of Jacob trouble that we're about to go into, that He keeps us, because He did say that His servants will eat. He did say His servants will drink, and when everybody's in a horrible time and in any calamity, that we will laugh, roughly paraphrase. So remind Him when you pray that. Remind the Lord, hey Lord, you said if I do this, you will do that. So pray often, always. Remind the Lord of the promises that He made. Not that He forgets, but it's good that, if you wrote a book and somebody read it and quoted out of your book, it would show, because, the Lord is a J. We are made in His image. So all the feelings of the world, or all the feelings that you have, where do you think you got them from? Right? And, it's a bad analogy, but at the same time, remind the Lord, hey, you said this. Even you can even read in the scriptures of many of His prophets and His servants saying, remember, look, Moses did it, right? So follow the examples that is left to you in the book, and you'll be golden through faith, right? You got to believe that, of course. Shalom.